Hello, Taurus, Taurus rising and Taurus moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting April 3rd, 2017. And a quick reminder for you Taurus people out there, remember that your monthly astrology horoscopes for April are up on the main channel page. You can find them under their own playlist. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on with your astrology this week, Taurus? Well, this week we've got some wonderful angles going on, and the latter half of the week is absolutely the sweetest. Well, on Wednesday we've got Mars, planet of action, energy, and conviction, in your sign, forming a gorgeous connection to Pluto, currently in your 9th house of travel, higher education, your spiritual life, government and legal proceedings, and all of that kind of stuff. And when we have Mars connect to Pluto in the 9th house, we have your reputation going through a considerable boost, almost to the point where this could actually be broadcasting you to better career opportunities, or perhaps even showing you an opportunity to take on either the trip of a lifetime, or even start some serious traveling. Those of you who are looking to maybe even work abroad, or maybe even go to a school abroad, or thinking about going back to school, you may actually find your ideal choice this week, or you could be getting some news that you've got in exactly where you wanted to go. Later on in the week, we've got the Sun in Aries, in your 12th house, your hidden zone, your privacy sector, your past, forming an opposition to Jupiter, currently in your 6th house of physical health, reputation, and your work. And with the Sun in your past, you know, we're talking about coming clean, but we're also talking about patching up old issues and getting closer to people that we have long-term connections with. And we're also talking about being able to let those things come out to be seen. Now, when the Sun opposes Jupiter, it's still not actually bad. But what we may notice is that we are getting very, very close to some, to sharing some secrets that we thought we might be taking to the grave. Now, it's important to pay attention when the Sun opposes Jupiter. Don't be afraid to share these things, but also make sure that there's time for other people to, to open up. There are going to be people who are opening up to you. And sometimes with the Sun opposite Jupiter, our eyes are bigger than our stomachs, or in this case, our ears are bigger than our mouths. We may accidentally, share too much without letting other people share, or we may actually let them share too much and forget to share at all. There's an emphasis on vulnerability at the end of this week, which will, again, bring you a lot closer to everyone. This may be a time where you need to make some kind of big announcement to family members, to coworkers, to a lover, and it may actually go over extremely well because they may have some confessions to make too. But at the end of the day, these secrets do need to come out to you, okay? So, and they need to come out to you and from you. So what's going on with your cards then this week? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Dreamer. And the Dreamer is interesting because the Dreamer is all about getting little teases and teasers of what's to come. And you may be taking a lot of things, very seriously this week because you're noticing you're able to try on different types of lifestyles, different types of, again, vocations, different, it's a very experimental kind of week. The Dreamer card can also give you a glimpse into your own future of kind of seeing what is to come if we go down a certain road. You're starting to see more of a future, either in in your partnerships, or or even in a personal aspiration or a personal project you have going on. Because the Dreamer is kind of saying, look, we will let you test drive what it's like to go down that road even further. Now, the apparitions of this can also indicate you need to pay attention. This is not concrete. This is a trial run for a lot of you Taurus people. So we can't take it for granted that this is the be-all, end-all. However, a test drive may be exactly what you need if you've been wishing to get more information about a certain job or a certain school. Maybe you're trying to get more information about what's to come, about something that people seem to be very tight-lipped about. Again, secrets are being shared this week, and it will turn out to be very nice to be able to kind of know, okay, so this is what would happen, on steps 4, 5, and 6. Considering everyone's only been talking about step 1. So we finally have some extrapolation. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and your finances, we do have the Nine of Swords upright. And this card can be fairly stressful because the Nine of Swords does often indicate, you know, worry, anxiety, stress, and possibly a little bit of paranoia. Now, the Nine of Swords is indicating that a lot of this could also be coming from another person. You may actually be finding out that there is some kind of news rippling through the organization, rippling through the company, about some trouble they are going through with some kind of restructuring, and it may prompt you to consider pursuing other avenues. It may prompt you to consider either changing your job or, you know, within the company, or changing your job to a completely different company. The thing about the Nine of Swords upright that you need to understand, though, is a lot of this isn't going to just be happening automatically, okay? This is not just something that's coming now. A lot of this is very uncertain, but you may want to heed the warning as it comes. To be frank, I do think that a lot of you Taurus people will probably end up taking the cue and maybe doing some kind of transfer or move later on this month, but you don't have to act on it right now. For those of you currently looking for a new job, the Nine of Swords upright says this could be intel about a place you've been applying to, and again, it would be wise to entertain more options because, again, we're getting to see the future even through people's thoughts and actions. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Page of Pentacles reversed. And the Page of Pentacles reversed can indicate some financial troubles being made known to you through a friend or a relative. Maybe they've fallen on some hard times. This could be a little bit stressful if this is a friend or a relative that we share space with, you know, if this is a roommate situation, or this may be a relative who is asking for some kind of financial assistance, or you may be asked to contribute. The Page of Pentacles reverse says it's not necessarily a bad thing that you do, but I want you to be careful with the Page of Pentacles reverse. This person, you know, needs to also understand that there are limits to how much even you can give. The Page of Pentacles reverse can also show up here where, when it comes to friends and relatives, somebody may be trying to buy your time or buy your affection or buy your favor in a tense situation this week. So we don't want to be bought, you know, they can win us over another way. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now this card is saying, Taurus, it's time to stop taking too much of a surrender, hands-off attitude this week, okay? When the Wheel of Fortune is reversed, it's basically saying you are in the driver's seat. If you've been taking too much of a time to surrender, whatever will be, all of that, you know, que sera, sera, the Wheel of Fortune reversed is kind of saying we need to kind of cut that out. We've maybe been inactive for far too long. We may have not put our own spin on things when and where we should. We may have let other people kind of take the lead where they're not capable. And the Wheel of Fortune reverse says the challenge might be kind of stepping into that role. You may not feel like you want to necessarily go in and throw yourself into the, you know, into the wolves in that sense, but you absolutely should. You know, if you've been taking too passive a role or too much of a wait-and-see attitude, this is the week where we really need to turn that around, okay? So that might be just something very important to keep in mind. Sorry, Taurus, got a little cut off there, like you do sometimes when you're just trying to do a little too much in a row. So let's move on to your emotions with water, where we do have the Eight of Pentacles upright, which I actually really like because this brings an opportunity for closeness and through intimacy, closeness and intimacy through productivity with your sweetheart, with your crush, with your intended. In fact, the Eight of Pentacles can indicate for a lot of you who've been looking for an opportunity to, say, get closer to a crush. Maybe it's somebody like at school, maybe it's somebody at work, maybe it's a neighbor, maybe it's somebody you've been set up with, it's just somebody in your friendship group. There's going to be sort of an endeavor that you two actually have to embark on together, making the perfect opportunity to break the ice. For those of you who are currently coupled, the endeavoring is still there, but the nice thing about this Eight of Pentacles is saying that you and your partner are again getting a lot closer through actual problem solving and productivity this week. This could actually be because the two of you might actually be working on some kind of new financial opportunity that could bring a huge turn for the better in home economics, or even for the short term and the long term at the same time. But the Eight of Pentacles is always a very detail-oriented card. It's talking about working on therapeutic improvements for both of you, whether you're coupled or single, by, again, watching the other person get down to work. So, that is your horoscope, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.